has your week been? What have you been up to? Have you been okay managing your illness? Have you been battling with anything? I just pointed out my new hair as well. It's supposed to be purpley lilac, but it's coming out a bit blue. But yeah, I'm really chuffed with my hair. That's what I've done this week. I've actually not had a great week, to be honest. I've been battling a cold. I had the flu jab, so I don't know whether that was part of it. But yeah, I've been really flat, really kind of no motivation, don't really want to do anything, even kind of like doing this today. It's been a bit of a struggle, but we've got there, and I'm here, I am talking to you, and I hope you are all okay. Please tell me about your weeks. Please tell me if it's been good, bad, so-so, or maybe it's been amazing, or maybe it's been utter rubbish. Please tell me about it. Please tell me what you're up to. And yeah, so today we're talking about my love of film. I'm not always going to be talking about mental illness. I will be talking about it a lot, but I wanted to, you know, try and make these vlogs a bit more personable, a bit more relaxed, a bit more chilled, a bit more about me and all that kind of stuff. So I'm hoping you're enjoying these vlogs. Please let me know if you have any questions. I want to do a Q&A at some point, so please give us a shout if you want to be involved in that. So my love of film. Well, let's talk about this, shall we? So since as early as I can remember, I have loved films. I have loved the old musicals, the old, you know, silver screen films from, like, you know, the really early cinema from in, like, you know, the 1920s up until kind of like the first talkie, which came out I think in 1928, which was called The Jazz Singer, and I remember watching that when I was doing my film studies. But when I was a kid, I was probably more obsessed with movies than I was with anything else, like music and things like that. And every Christmas and birthday I'd get the old VHS tapes. Sorry if you're too young to remember those. If you do remember those, thank you. But the VHS tapes that you put into the video recorder and record. And every birthday and Christmas I got these videos, and I would record every film that was on. My dad downstairs, there would be in the lounge there would be the old video recorder, and I have to press all the buttons to do the timing for that. And by the time I was kind of in my teenagers, I recorded probably about over 300 films on my little VHS tapes. I had hundreds and hundreds of them, and whenever I moved, when I went up to Scotland, when I moved to house, all my videos came with me, like my prized possessions. And it would be at Christmas time, you know, when the TV guide came out, I'd always grab that and highlight all the films I wanted, and every year I'd record loads. So yeah, by the time I was kind of like mid to late teens, I had hundreds, and I love them. So I studied film media studies at A level. I also studied film at my degree, so I would say I'm a bit of a film geek. A bit of a film buff. I'm attached to all the Rotten Tomatoes, IMDb. I'm always looking out for new films and things like that. But I do love my old movies. I love black and white movies. One of my favourite films is, oh my gosh, I've forgotten the name now, An Affair to Remember, which has got Cary Grant and Deborah Kerr in it. One of my favourite films. I also love the old black and white films, Buster Keaton and Charlie Chaplin. Charlie Chaplin did some amazing films in his early cinema in the sort of 20s. Modern Times was a fantastic film. And Buster Keaton, the General, that's probably one of my favourite films as well. But moving up to the more recent stuff, I love my thrillers, I love my horror films, and I've actually went to see the new It at the cinema when it first came out a couple of weeks back. Absolutely amazing. Love my horror films. Love my disaster movies as well, like cheesy disaster movies like 2012. Andy gets fed up with watching disaster movies and horror films. We have to watch what he wants sometimes. We do actually do a Vintage Sunday, and on Vintage Sunday we get to watch older films. So because Andy likes a lot of the new stuff, so he loves all CGI and things like that. I don't mind a bit of CGI, but I tend to like more sort of realistic films. I don't mind a bit of CGI. For example, I've just watched what's the new Guardians of the Galaxy. That was brilliant, absolutely brilliant, but you know, most of that was against a green screen. I'm a bit of a realist when it comes to cinema. I studied a lot at my degree about social realism in cinema and things like that. Really love it. But who are my favourite directors? So we've got Tarantino, obviously. Pulp Fiction is probably one of the best films ever made. That's just my opinion. Tell me about yours. Stanley Kubrick, one of my favourite directors as well, R.I.P. Stanley Kubrick. You did some fantastic films, not to mention A Clockwork Orange, Full Metal Jacket, Lolita, really amazing films. More contemporary directors that I love, Christopher Nolan, it's absolute genius. I loved Inception, I love the Batman movies, and most recently I've watched Dunkirk. That was incredible. So I love a bit of everything, like my music really. I don't tend to watch, I don't really like sporting films, but Moneyball was quite good with Brad Pitt, things like that I like. And just generally just try and watch a lot of alternative stuff as well, like foreign cinema, world cinema. One of my favourite films is a French film called Delicatessen, just absolutely brilliant, I recommend that. And I've seen a lot of German films, foreign films as well. Das Experiment is a fantastic German film, I recommend that. Sorry, some of these are probably like 15 and 18 sort of certificates, or R-rated certificates if you're in America. So I don't know how accessible they all are to you, but I love anything that's got really great script, really great story, and really good acting. But pretty much if you can get all of those in a good film, then I will love it. One of my most favourite films of all time, like I say, it's Pulp Fiction, but Big Lebowski is also my favourite film. If you haven't seen that, I would check it out. And probably my guilty pleasures are musicals. I love my musicals. Sound of Music, Oliver, West Side Story, all of that. So yeah, a real eclectic taste in film as well, as since I was a kid and to now. The most recent film I saw at cinema was It, and before that I think it was Dunkirk. So yeah, anyway, that's stuff about my filming, about my films. Please tell me any of your favourite films, and yeah, if you have any questions or comments, please put them in the space below. Please, you know, let me know how you're getting on, how's your week been and all of that. And then, yeah, and next week we'll be talking about how to manage your meds. So hopefully you can join me for that one. Oh, we're going to be looking more at the map next week as well. And I'll probably be doing some more shout outs. So take care, everyone. Thank you for watching this week. Please keep watching my other videos on the channel. Please like and subscribe if you haven't already.